I've been already in the studios here. I've been having attacks. Why this topic? Why this topic? But yeah, it's very important we talk about things like this. So I hope everybody is ready. And before I go into today's topic, I want to remind us of our photo contest. We are rounding up finally. The photo contest is like it's taking forever, yeah. But this is our first photo contest, and we're also learning as we are in the game. But we've able to evict people that have not qualified or have not really put in the work, and then we just have about 30, 30 to 35 people that made up to the final list, and then there'll be still one more eviction by next week, and then the final winner will be announced. So guys, stay tuned for the video later tonight. Stay tuned for the eviction show and see if you have been evicted. And of course, I have another amazing announcement to make. This one, I think you should dance. It's called, shall I date it? Rex, shall I say it? It's called Love Lounge. Yay! Amazing. And so Love Lounge is a program where singles that are ready to mingle will come around, and it's a lot of fun that's going to be happening that day. We'll talk about relationships. It's going to be matchmaking, blind dates, and all that. And there's going to be dancing, music, but above all, there's going to be learning. Yeah. Sometimes we just think about the charades, the fun, and then we forget the most important part, learning. Like I always say, life, we are here to learn and become better persons. So that being said, let me see if I have a couple of people online already on Facebook. Okay, let me see. I'm hoping people will join up. Let's see that of YouTube. So if you're just joining us, we stream both on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, so make sure that if Facebook is giving you issues, you are switching to YouTube. All right, so on YouTube, I know it should be Aboki Surplus, but let me see. I really can't see who is that, but okay, yeah, he's the one, Aboki Surplus. Always there. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Aboki Surplus. And good evening to those also on Facebook. I really can't see those on Facebook yet, but let me check again. All right, why that is coming up, why you should break up that relationship. The first question is why? Some people are going to see this, topic and be like, they're just looking for something to get my attention. But you really need to break up that relationship once you listen to the reasons why. A lot of people are in relationship they ought not to be, and they are finding it difficult to break. I'm going to help you out today, how to break up without breaking down. So, but you need to break up that relationship, and we'll talk about the kind of relationship you should be breaking out. Breaking up. So number one, of course, abusive relationship. Why are you still there? You should break up from abusive relationship. But I have a story to tell you guys before I, start giving you the reasons. Today we're not going to be spending so much time because we are working with time. So I'll be fast. So there's this guy, and very handsome guy, very very handsome guy, and he found I don't want to call names, but let's say Mr. A. So he found a lady, Miss A. She's she just got admission, into the university, and he's got a business right at the premises of the university, and most times a lot of students come in there and then they do business, all these businesses close to school now. So, and then he found this beautiful lady, and she's so pretty, and decided to ask her out. Yeah, 100 level. 100 level. Why should you be in a relationship in 100 level? Anyway, I'm not judging, but I think that there are some things you don't need to rush. Yeah, so take your time, understand. On a year, 1 year is not good enough to really understand your premises, because first of all, you have to settle in, you have to understand your departments, you have to understand so many things about the school, right? Before you start talking about relationship. And I think you need to first of all put a lot of energy into your academics, because you did not come there to play. So when you put in, because you see one thing about school, if you miss it in your 100 level, it will be very, very difficult to, to make it up. So make sure that you, even if you want to relax later on your 200 level or 300 level, make sure your 100 level, you've built a solid foundation, right? So he met this girl at 100 level, and then he asked her out, and they dated. I think at about 200 level, they started having issues, and the guy, called her and broke up with her. And fast forward to later time. So when he broke up with her, because he deflowered her, because he was, I think, the first man she knew, she laid a curse on him. Does curses really work? Yes, they do. So she laid a curse on him. I know some of you are like, he's a lie, he's superstition, all this, it doesn't work. Okay, continue. I believe in karma. I believe that you reap what you sow. Sometimes it's not immediate, so we don't get to see, and especially those people that know how to just abuse people and insult people. People are different. Some people carry grace, some people carry oil. You understand? So you must be very careful. I don't want to digress because I'm trying to manage time. I would have given you some details, but let's leave that for another day. So she laid a curse on him. I think she tore his picture, like, all these kind of people that you snap together, that when you break up, you now tear the picture, carry one and go, So she took the guy's own as well. After tearing, she took the guy's own along and told him he's going to look for her. And then this is a guy that was really doing good, doing fine, So what happened was, first of all, his health was attacked. He started having issues with his health, and then later on started having issues with his business. A flourishing business started crumbling, and then he was also in school, and school that was supposed to take him, say, 4 years, he ended up spending about 7 years to graduate. Finally, struggled with so much struggling. He went for NYSC, and with a lot of pain. So this guy, handsome, sweet, clean guy that I used to know, when you see him now, he's no longer. So he began to think that. He thinks that there is something wrong somewhere. Of course, there is something wrong somewhere. I don't want to say it's the lady, but so he tried to reach out to the lady, and because she told him, you're going to come back to me. So whether she went somewhere diabolic, I don't know. So but everything he tries to do is no longer working. Like, he's just literally struggling. My mentor used to say, there are certain successes that if you get, it's no longer a success. It's imagine you building a house at 80 years, like you're about dying. So it's not really, So so that's what happened. So he sought our help to try to reconcile them, and cut the long story short, the lady too is excited to make peace. But this is the thing. Why will you break up and attract a curse? Even though we are saying break up this relationship, break up that relationship, you need to understand there is a way to break up. A lot of people don't know how to break up. I see so many people today cannot talk to their ex. In fact, when you say, when you see your ex calling you, you're like, why is this idiot? This bitch. Sorry for using that word online, but I'm just saying, people express hatred and anger towards break, and I'm saying it ought not to be so, right? You can break up and still be friends. I know a lot of people like, oh God, that's the way they thought, if he work. Do you know what he did to me? He broke my heart. He did this, he did that. Look, I believe you broke up because it wasn't working, right? It doesn't mean that, except if the person is an abusive person. And I'm going to list kinds of relationship that I should be breaking up from. Okay, but say maybe I like onions and you don't like onions is the reason why you are breaking up. Even though it doesn't make sense to me, but I really can't be your judge why you should break up and why you shouldn't break up. But I can tell you, even if you have to break up for such a flimsy excuse as that, you don't have to hate each other. You really don't have to hate each other. So that's why I brought about that story. You know, it's just a reflection, you know. So I think in another time we're talking about breaking up without breaking down. Yeah. Oh, I like that. See what Prolific has done to me, ba? Breaking up without breaking down. Chai. I hope Prolific is watching. I miss my guy Prolific. Where are you? Okay, so let's see those on Facebook. I know Aboki Surplus will be, you rush there now. Let's see. So I want you guys to comment on the comment section, you know, so that we know. Okay, so Aboki Surplus. All right. I'm seeing about 5 views, but nobody's saying anything on YouTube. And on Facebook, more views. Okay, I'm seeing, oh yeah, Prolific. Yeah, how are you? You say, I shall not ready to break my relationship. Oh. No. I'm not telling you break relationship. Oh. I say why you should break that. So there is a particular kind of relationship we're talking about here. Now, the first relationship I want to talk about, why you should break up, is abusive relationship. I found out that upbringing has a major role why people remain in abusive relationship. Upbringing. It's just today I was talking to one of our team member here, and I was trying to say that most times we reflect our homes. In fact, we do reflect our homes. It's just that probably as goes by the time, if we submit ourselves to other tutelage, then somehow we begin to re-engineer our minds. And if, for example, you are from a home that was not really effective in bringing you up, or like a broken home per se, but somehow you've been able to grow with other people, or you know, be under a mentor, then you find it that it's a little bit difficult for the influence of that background to tell on you. But about 80%, I don't have the facts as when it comes to statistics, but I can tell you that majority of people are being influenced by their home. Like, the home is the core reason why they still remain in a abusive relationship. And then you can attribute a lesser percentage to what will people say, just the na so nobody is perfect. So in as much as that is that, we must let ourselves understand certain conditions. There are extremes. There are boundaries. Like there are places you shouldn't cross, right? So number one, of course, he beats you or she beats you. You know, people think it's only men that beats. Women too can beat though. There are some women that are strong, like they are strong. And imagine, I've seen while growing up, there is this house that the woman beats the man, like he pounds the man, and you can imagine as a man you're being pounded. It's appalling, you know, and you really cannot express yourself. You really cannot tell anybody that my wife beats me or my babe beats me, you know, because they'll be like, man, you know, people can't take that, right? But it does happen, right? So for some reason I cannot see our Facebook. I can't see our Facebook, but YouTube is live. Please, technical, can you check the Facebook again? I can't see it. Okay, I think I can now. Okay, good. All right, thank you. So Judith, good evening all. You're welcome, Judith. Should I do giveaway today? Guys, should I do giveaway? Okay, they say no. Aboki Surplus said no. All right, okay. So make sure you share this so that your friends can, if you're watching this, share this. Just do a giveaway. Let me see the number of shares. The number of shares here is quite low. So make sure you guys share this on Facebook and on YouTube so that when I'm inspired by the shares, I can then do a giveaway. So why you should break up that relationship? Number one, abusive relationship, break up. So I've told you what are some of the signs of abusive relationship. But first of all, we jump to the physical. So let's go to emotional abuse. When they always blackmail you, break up that relationship. You know, have you seen that? For example, so you're like, babe, you're wrong because you did this, you did that, you did this, right? And then he or she is saying, the other day that is emotional blackmail. Like, yeah, but that's not the time to talk about the other day what I did, right? Break up that relationship, especially if the person is not repentant. So you try to let the person know that, look, when it comes to correcting each other, when I'm correcting you, at least digest what I've got to say and let us think. If you have something to say, not at this moment, maybe later on you can say, babe, because do you know what? As at that time, you want to, no matter how you try, in defense, you will always be attacking. You know, they say defense is the best form of attack, right? About it, they say attack is the best form of defense. In defense, especially when somebody, and I said, when you are trying to correct people, do not criticize. Go and read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Do not criticize people because criticism is futile. People will always defend themselves. We said it times that number. Babe, the other time you dropped the other time you carried the meat from the pot after you have ate, you know, and I was not aware. I think instead of saying, babe, you thief meat for pot. You see the way I'm putting it? The other time you carried meat from the pot. Now, why will you be carrying meat from the pot? After you have eaten. If meat I'll be carrying, no, I will be carrying and then there'll be no meat. Example, right? Then, babe, so you dey thief meat for pot. I will defend myself, even if I'm guilty. So an analysis was done. Prisoners were asked. These are prisoners with heavy evidence. And they were asked, like, okay, so you did this. Why did you do that? They will give you reasons why they did. And they never, you know, they were never, about 80% of them were never remorseful. That's to tell you that people are actually, when you criticize them, they are defensive naturally. Okay, so even when somebody is correcting you and say, and you did this, you did that, why did you? That's not the best time to say, the other time you did this, you did that. No, you're getting it wrong. It's the wrongest time to ever say that. So, oh, really, I did this, I did that. Oh, okay, I did. And most times, it's even the way we present these things that makes them want to even fight us back. Right? So what I'm saying is be matured in handling things. Be matured in doing the things you're doing. Maturely. Sometimes I know you are angry. Never do things when you are angry. Try as much as possible. It's not easy, but you think clearly when you could be angry, but not immediately. Give yourself some time. Just take a stroll and think. You know, just calm down, but don't react instantly. You know, a lot of us have been guilty of this. You know, and so especially when it comes to relationship, you could be angry. And you really just want to give your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend a piece of your mind, just calm. I'm not saying tolerate nonsense. You see, there are ways you can actually not tolerate a thing and still be very calm, like very, very calm. Okay, so that being said, so abusive relationship is a no-no. You should break up from that. So, and we mentioned that one of the things to check out is not just that he's beating you, that he or she is also blackmailing you emotionally. Another relationship you need to break out from now. As I'm talking to you, just call the person and I'll tell you what to say. Don't go and say, I'm breaking up with you. Don't do that. I'll tell you what to say. Or I'll tell you how to put it, not exactly what to say. Anybody that does not take correction, that I said blackmail, that one is different. Blackmail means that you are trying to blackmail me emotionally. I gave you an example now. So you did something that is wrong, and I'm telling you about, and then you are reminding me of my own. That's not the time. Let's face this and deal with it, right? So then the person that does not take correction is someone who you have corrected them and they are being adamant. Like, I'm not doing this. I said, no, I need you to do this. Like, I'm not, for example, you said, why not apologize to that man? I think you are wrong, or not even you are wrong, even if you are right. But because I'm your spouse, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, I believe you should love me. You should respect my opinion. It's not just about you, right? So, baby, I think you should apologize to the man. Why should I apologize to the man? He's the one that is wrong. Yes, he's the one that is wrong. But for this reason and this reason. And it makes sense. And he said, no, I will not. That's a very, very bad red flag. But that does not mean you should break up with them. If it is consistent, you see that? So if it is consistent, then you will have to break up with that kind of person. Because you see, that person will definitely make a decision tomorrow that will implicate both of you. I'm serious. So most times we see these red flags, but we cover our eyes with the shawarma, the ice cream, or the sex that she gives you for the men, because most times it's the men that buy the shawarma and the ice cream and all that. And for the women, it's the sex you give, or for the men, sorry, the sex she gives you. You now feel okay, and you see bad attitude because you are. That's how we say this: sex before marriage is a no-no. You know why? Because you get bonded. I'm not judging, no. Please don't understand. I'm just saying truth. So you get bonded, but then the character. So something is tying you, and then something is pushing you. So you're between a twix. Like, you hate this thing, but you can't leave this person because you are bonded with the person. You see that? So make sure you always know people. Make sure you have gone far, before you get yourself involved in things like that. And we always encourage. This is not a religious gathering. Let just how many minutes or how many days or how many months. It's not going to take years. If it's going to take years, then you're not ready for the relationship. So it's better to just do the right things, yeah? So that being said, so I mentioned abusive relationship, a relationship that blackmails you emotionally. Please, I want you guys to share yours. Let me see. Okay, let me check YouTube. The weather is a bit cozy. Whoa, prolific. I said plenty things, so. Okay. I will shall break an abusive relationship. I need to play drum for prolific. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for prolific. That's why they hail me. So prolific, I've played drum for you. He said, especially the one where they pound me. So I say, can one end a relationship because he or she has a bestie? Yes. Why are some people eyeing themselves now, right now? Yes. End your relationship if you have a bestie. Or if listen, your bestie is your boyfriend or your girlfriend. In the context of the bestie that is being defined these days, if it's besties that the hand is just a normal bestie, but that bestie whereby, like, man, the guy is playing the role of the boyfriend, it's just that he's not the boyfriend. Who does this thing? Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of, if you have that kind of bestie, if I'm dating you, I have that kind of bestie. It's not what they call it. It is not insecurity. It is laying boundaries. It is definition. It is taking charge. As a guy, your woman has a bestie. Don't do that. Now people say now from clap, they enter dance. Now from clap, they enter dance. So do not even permit that in the first place. Okay, so let me see. My babe, no thief meat from pot. Be serious. To receive seriousness. Prolific. Can one break up his partner without a lot of attention? If like say Aboki Surplus is going through a lot. Of course. I mean, attention is all there is. Like, once the attention start dropping, it's a sign that it's dying. So let me tell you guys something about relationships. It is a dating, like, So if you are at the dating level, it's the level to gather knowledge. Like we always say here, when you are dating somebody, the first thing is not to love the person. The first thing is not to start loving the person. The first thing is to start knowing the person. So you are gathering information. You are gathering information as a good salesman that you are. So you are studying your clients so that you know how you can sell to your client, right? Sales 101. Gather information on your clients. I don't give you one expo now. All right. So what you're doing is you are gathering information about this guy. So he's asking me out. Oh, she's giving me the green light, or she's even saying yes because I just liked her because she's attractive there. So as a guy, I approached her. But that doesn't mean because she's attractive, I should, settle with her. So you need to gather knowledge. So we did a podcast some time ago. It said, "Do not marry out of love, marry out of knowledge." I tell you the truth. Knowledge is what produces love. So, but people begin to jump into love. That's not love, because we tell you that true love. That's if you ask me in one word, what is love? I'll tell you love. I've said it many times. Love is that feeling that is generated from being together over time, the activities, the things you do. But time is a factor. Time is a factor. There are many definitions, don't get me wrong, but I'm just looking for one word that encapsulates everything. So time and spending, being together must play a role before you can say love. If there is no time in that equation, that is not love. Honestly. And the time we're talking about is not 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No. We're talking about months. Then the love can grow into, you remember what the scripture says? This is not religious garden, but let me say something. Scripture says somewhere that a hair, as long as it's a child, differeth not from a servant, but is given to tutelage and all that until he has come into maturity. Those childish, that at that level of infancy, that is not love. That is an infant. That is not a complete. Yeah, you can argue that a baby is a complete human being. Yeah, they are actually complete human beings, don't get me wrong, but they cannot really do anything. They are just crying and eating and sleeping and being selfish because they want everybody to give them. They begin to cry. They don't care where you get the money from. They don't care. So they are complete humans, but you cannot hand over your company for them to run or give them a car to drive. Like, they really, functionally, they can't do anything. So that love is still at infant level. You can't make decisions based on that. You see that? It ought to grow. Like, time has to play it's a role. But I'm not saying 10 years. No, that's not what I'm saying. 6 months, you should be able to know somebody enough. And that love and the things you begin to do, the going out, the gisting, you see. So there's this knowing and this loving that grows. So it waters that love, and the love grows, yeah? The love grows and becomes flourishing. And it can also die by not giving attention, by not calling, and then one person is complaining, the other person is not giving attention, and then it begins to die, and then it dies because you starved it. So it's a living thing. It grows and it dies. So you see somebody do a lovers before, what happened? The tree was cursed and it dried like the fig tree. So guys, so that was to defend, what Abokisopoulos was saying, that can you break up a relationship, your partner, because of lack of attention? Really? What if I love the girl more than she verbally abused me? Okay, let me just answer that. So that's what we're saying. I said earlier that most times the abuse we tolerate are highly contributed by our upbringing. So especially when you've seen how your dad treats your mom, or how other people that you mentored you or were kind of role models while you were growing, how they treated their spouses. You cannot say there is this a certain way, but any way that leaves one person feeling dejected, feeling bad, feeling depressed, there is somebody's abusing somebody there. It ought to be a win-win situation, right? It ought to be a win-win situation. So if you find that she abused you verbally and you love her, I think there is a Stockholm syndrome there, because it's like loving what you hate. Have you heard of this? I don't like what I hate, right? But now you're liking what you hate, especially when you even start loving the verb. Then your own needs a serious attention, right? Because when you begin to love abuse, it's a problem. I've read stories of guys, they've actually come to say that their girlfriend get pissed off if they don't beat them. Like, you don't love me. You just let me do anything I want to do. You don't even used to correct me. I correct you. Is that how to correct? And the guy was, how do you want me to correct you? You beat me now. Eh? So why some people are running away from beating, some people are loving it. So the issue now is, are they, the people are saying, beat me to show me that you love me. They need help. Honestly, they really need help, because you see, have you heard of the Stockholm Syndrome? I hope it's Stockholm Syndrome. I hope I'm getting it. Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome, whereby you fall in love with your oppressor. You know, that's what's happening in Nigeria right now. We're in love with our oppressors. We're loving them. We're so loving them. Beat us. Yeah, beat us more. May God help us. So that's it. Make sure that you see a psychologist. See us if you need somebody to talk to you. Lastly, with the few points you started on reasons one should break up, like what? Like abusive relationship, not taking correct or lying partner. My question is that with all you mentioned, can it be corrected and amended? Because change is constant. People can change. Thank you. Okay, thank you, prolific. You're welcome. All right. So this is it. People can change at times. Oh, God. Yes, people can truly change. People can truly change. But you will see it. Like, so this is it. When somebody really is willing to change, you will know. You will see the effect. You will see the changes. You will know that they are putting in effort. So that one, you know, you can cut them a slack, give them time to change. But I'm talking about people who are adamant to change, who are stiff-necked, That's what I was talking about. You know, give people chance, but define the chance, define the rope. Sometimes our rope is so long that we don't know when to cut it. Don't do that. Fix a time. Say, look, I'm giving you 3 months. If this thing persists, then I don't think we can continue. Or you can even say it to yourself, babe, I'm giving you time, but don't tell them the time. I'm giving you time to stop this. If you can't stop it, we will need to revisit our relationship to know if it's going to continue. Because if you say 3 months now, they can try for that 3 months. So don't give them a time. But in your own heart, give yourself a time. And after 3 months is good enough for somebody who really wants to change. Do you know it takes 21 days to actually stop? It's very difficult, to stop any habits. 21 consistent days. Just 21. Just if it's something you want to stop, don't do it for 21 days. Your brain will be rewired. And then not just don't do it. Start doing other positive things that counter that effect for 21 days. And then the struggle will end. Your body will readjust. Your mind will readjust. Okay? But it's very difficult. Honestly, it's like going to go and fight. So when you're ready to change or to stop some habits, put on your old armor, because it's a fight, right? All right, let's see who's talking on Facebook. Facebook people, how far? But we have more people watching on Facebook. We're not commenting. So break up from that abusive relationship, break up from that emotionally blackmailing relationship, break up from that stubborn, strong-headed relationship. So remember, I gave you the examples: abusive, physical abuse. Then I talk about emotional abuse, which is blackmailing. And I also talk about somebody not willing to change, like adamant. Not the one who say, okay, I'll try. And you see the effort and then they flop, right? Those ones, give them time. If they can't fix themselves, they should go. They should. I think we did a live the other time. I said it's not everybody that should marry. It's not everybody that should marry. It's not everybody. You know you can't marry yourself and you want to go and marry somebody. You yourself, if they were to bring you to come and marry yourself, you say, you, Allah, kiaye, and now you want somebody to accept you the way you are? Come on now. I think we should encourage working on ourselves. That's why people get bored in a relationship, because you do not work on yourself. You don't grow. You don't listen. That's your butterfly relationship. And because people are trying to keep the momentum, they begin to look for ways. That's where this manipulative thing comes from, which some guys advocate, on social media, and some ladies too. Make sure you put her on a roller coaster, today, sure, you love, don't let her predict you, because they're trying to get the game going, right? To make her crazy over you. For me, it's a lewd way of thinking. I'm serious. It doesn't. It's full of insecurity. You don't have to manipulate people to. You just become better. Become a better leader. As a guy, become a better leader. Every day you are discovering yourself. You're becoming the better. Among our team, we did a definition of leadership where we said that leadership is influencing people, organizations, situations, through services and product that is generated by self-discovery. So every day you keep discovering yourself. When you discover yourself, you see you're becoming the best you can be. And when you do that, you find out that you can influence people. It's the same thing, even in your relationship. Rather than going to, play bet Ninja. Sorry, sorry. If you play bet, it doesn't mean you're not. It just came out of nowhere. I think I have a bias for betting. But honestly, not everybody that bets is a useless person. They are very responsible people. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But it's your choice if you want to bet or not. But what I'm saying is, build yourself rather than wasting time in frivolities and things that are unserious. Watching football all through. Watch football, but not all the time. Like, you've got a lot to do. When I see the amount of time people do just for entertainment or scrolling down your phone all the time, guys, let me tell you something. Your future is not today, it's not tomorrow. You see, they used to tell us that your future is tomorrow. It's not true. Listen, I just entered my future. You see, I just entered again. Every second is an unveiling of your future. So that future you're saying, in the future I will, is now. It's a deception. So you find yourself having time for frivolities. Come on, guys. So that's why your relationship is boring. Because there's no new thing. Like, when me and my woman sit down, when we you could say President Donald Trump, because I know to like the other guy. Sorry, no vex. I think I'm bringing my bias. You could say Elon Musk and another billionaire at the top, because we talk about things, wondrous things, big ideas, and then we break it down into pragmatic steps, and then we start the little ones we can do. Every day is exciting. Every day we talk is exciting. You get my point? So when you don't discover yourself and become a better version of yourself, the relationship becomes boring, and then you start thinking of ways to manipulate your spouse, or maybe as a girl, you say, no, they give men attention. Continue. A girl will give her attention, and you'll be like, he broke my heart. After you have gone to internet to listen to nonsense, and when they say, if you give men all the time, they will abuse it. Why will you follow that kind of man? The kind of man that you give all the time that abused it. You were following a child. Real men value women. They don't do that. You see that? So yourself, try to understand people. So don't listen to all these people trying to manipulate. They try to manipulate people in a way to, put their mind in that roller coaster. And if I notice you as a lady, you're that kind of person that I have to manipulate you for me to get your attention. There's no point. I'm a leader, and I'm looking for a leader. When we meet, when the kind of person I'm looking for, when we meet, everything will just flow. It will just flow. Listen, another point to check, red flag, is if there's always difficult, like there's this friction, like all the time. It's either a fight, and then I don't think that is your person. Don't get me wrong. There are difficult situations most times in relationships whereby you've got to, it tests both of you. Right? It tests both of you. So, but the one that you've got to always, even simple things, there's a fight. Then what is keeping you there? No, I want to know. I think there is something, you are seeing something. Maybe the girl has money, or the guy has money, or you see, all these things have defined. A lot of people have redefined relationship. You go to social media now, if he does not have money, Please don't listen to those kind of people. I beg you. Listen, the guy that had money, but at some point he didn't have money. You see this, maybe we'll do a lecture about money. It's called money flow. Money flows to everybody. And anybody can attract money. Do you get what I'm saying? Believe in your man. Anyway, that's a talk for another day. So, technical, are we safe? Okay, thank you. So guys, abusive breakup from that relationship, I've mentioned 3. I'm going to also mention 1 more. And there are many more, but these three, you can, if you can see these 3, break up from the relationship that does not honor God. I don't care who you are. You could be Muslim, you could be Christian. You have something you are worshiping. Whosoever does not honor God, Almighty God, you can see it in their lifestyle. You really can see it in their lifestyle. Oga, madam, you are sitting on a time bomb. Somebody will tell and say, all these pastors, all these imam, all those kind of people, watch out for comments like that. I'm not saying they are fake pastors, yeah, but not all are fake. You think God is foolish not to leave men upon the face of the earth? No, there's always a remnant. There's always a remnant, honestly. So I don't like people who just conclude on everybody and say, these fake pastors. I know they go church. You have prepared your heart. One day, he go carry knife, choke you, then come carry himself, go police. I don't know why I did it. Why would you do it when the space for God? Haven't you heard that the love of God constrains us? That constraint means it restricts us. That's why we can't do evil things. There are sometimes I feel like I should just do this thing. Then suddenly, maybe when I'm praying at night, or maybe they say, just let it go. I'm like, okay. That's somebody who fears God. Check out for that too. Run. If your spouse does not honor God, there is one day, maybe you just do something. Because you see, there's a space in man that only God can fill. And if God is not filling that space, something else is going to fill it. Maybe morality and discipline is going to try as much as possible to reduce the tendencies of that person doing things that you think is stupid. But I tell you, there's a point that discipline it takes only God to restrict that person from doing that thing. I'm not saying people who go to church they don't do evil things, so that's not what I'm saying. You see, when we say fear God, they will think he's going to church. It's not everybody that goes to church. People, when you throw nets to catch fish, you catch good fish, you catch stone, you catch crab, you catch scorpion, you catch different things. But you have to sort and select. So that's how people who go to church. So don't judge based on that. You can know who fears God by their values. Right? So one of the things you must check out in your spouse, why you should break up that relationship now. He doesn't fear God. Every time he's at the bar, maybe he doesn't even smoke, maybe he doesn't even drink, or he's not even at the bar, but he don't have any honor for God. That is a workmanship of Satan waiting to explode one day, and now on top of your head it will explode. Trust me. Okay, I'm not cursing you. It will not explode on top of your head in whatever name you believe. But honestly, be careful, guys. That's a red flag. That one's not even a red flag. Stay away. Because you see, man needs that soft part. Haven't you seen things happen? You pour an acid. I can't do that. I can't. Honestly, I fear God so much. I can't do that. So I begin to wonder, how can somebody... I thought you love this person. Wait, even if you kill your mama, you carry acid, pour him. Why not take the person to the... somebody say, you took a knife. So get somebody who is restrained. Yeah, Messi Adebimpe, how are you? Yeah, Z-Chat. Honoring God is truly the benchmark. Thank you. Gentle photos, you come late though. Cutie Chindo, these are late comers. Why are you guys coming late now? I was waiting for you guys. Honestly. So our time is fast spent. I could go on and on and on, but these 4 things that I've mentioned. Number 1, abusive, and that abuse, you could also look at, I told you that sometimes it is the foundation, there is a foundational cause for things like that psychologically. Some people love to be beaten, some people love to beat people. So most times it is the upbringing, how they were. Everybody's got different experiences. Do not use your experience to judge others. You are just 0.0000001% experience of the whole experience in the world. So you must be willing to learn. You must be willing to empathize. You must be willing to learn, right? And that abusive relationship is so vague. But finding out the cause of why that person is being abusive, sometimes the abuse can be a result of anger, or broken home, or so find out what the cause is. If something you can fix, I think that's something you need to speak to a counselor. But a lot of people do. Why don't we talk to counselors? Why do we just assume? Come on, counselors have read books. They've been trained. They've done psychology. They've known why people do the things they do. Why not? We give free counseling course, and a lot of people have not taken advantage of that. We'll be announcing that some other time. Please make sure you take advantage. You need a counselor sometimes to go into your mind. People have read books. Even if you read book, does that mean you know everything? I can tell you know almost everything. You see, let me tell you something. Do you know why this laptop was made? Do you know why I can now speak to you and you can watch me wherever in the world? Because people built on every knowledge that was documented. If Mark Zuckerberg said, no, he's not going to go to school, he's not going to learn anything, he wants to go and discover things by himself, do you know what he would discover? Let me tell you, he would discover the wheel. You know wheel? Have you ever heard this thing, reinventing the wheel? You don't have to reinvent it. It has been invented. That statement came from people, the first breakthrough invention that people were shouting, whoa, this is wheel. And it was even wooden wheel. When you are trying to move heavy loads, they will now put a plank, put a wheel and push it. Then carry on that wheel in front and push it. It was a great invention that time. That's what he's going to invent, because he locked himself out of civilization and then he goes to maybe Stone Age and trying to learn. No. But you see, nobody is reinventing the wheel, because the next people who came now said, we can find a way to make this, instead of carrying wheel on top of another wheel in front, then you push. We can just set up something like a wheelbarrow and fix the wheel to be permanent. And they did that. And like, oh, yeah. So now you can move things with ease without carrying on that thing. And somebody say, instead of us pushing it, can't these animals push it? And that's how you have chariots. So you get a horse and then they pull. And then they say, is there no way we can, without animals, make this thing work? And that's how you have your automated cars now. And today you have jets, you have this, you have so many crazy inventions. So what you need to do is build on the knowledge. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are so many things yet uninvented that are out there. All you have to do is tap into whatever has been built. So I said that to let you understand that people that are actually, counselors, they've read books, they've seen scenarios, they've seen things, they've counseled people. They understand how the human brain works, they even know how to make you talk. Do you know there are some people that will just come to you and just do, it's not charm, and say one or two things, bam, and then you start talking. Honestly, it's training. So they will help you to talk. They will help you to bring out and discover the problem. So seek the help of counselors always. Always. So when we bring out that pro bono stuff again, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. So I'm going to be rounding up now. Our time is fast spent. Gist is always sweet though. It's always sweet. I missed you guys. I think it's okay. Let me not say what I think, but let me see YouTube and who is there on YouTube. Negam Walker, I'm already married, my true love. Yay! Congratulations, Negam Walker. I wish you that your marriage is going to be blossom, blessed, and you will never have a cause to regret. That's my prayer for you, Negam Walker. All right, guys, so we'll be rounding up. We've actually spent above our time today, and don't forget the four things that was mentioned: abusive relationship, break it now. As I'm talking to you, if you are scared of breaking up, and you know what? Some people even can't break up because maybe their spouse have their nudes. Time will not permit me. But send us a DM. I'll tell you what to do. Honestly, I'll tell you what to do. I've seen abusive relationship. So, sometimes, I don't know how you people used to do this thing. You go and then somebody you have not known, you just trust the person because they tell you sweet words and all that. and not knowing that people came out. Maybe one girl don't do and shaky. He has sworn in his life that the next one will not do him that kind of. And then you he won't start with. So while people are having your phone, he's taking videos, taking pictures, and then before you know, he start misbehaving. And if you say, look, I'll post it, and you're so scared. Just come to the DM. If you know anybody, come. I'll tell you what to do. Honestly, I'll tell you what to do. Just send a DM, and that this is your situation, and you really we'll talk to you. Okay. And then some people also are scared of breaking up because they probably benefiting. May God deliver you. Listen. Man is not your God. Did you hear what I said? My mentor will always say all blessings come from God through men to men. But the moment you make man your God, you will become a slave. You will become a slave. Man or woman. When I mean man, I'm talking about the being called man, not gender. Human is not your God. Make sure that you don't take anybody like God. You will be their slave. You won't be able to even break up. They will abuse you. They will do so many things. I'm just giving reasons why people don't abuse. Open your heart. Open your heart to opportunities. Go out. Go out. Let me tell you a short story. I know this thing called finance is really affecting a lot of people. A girl finished school. Quick one. She finished school and she's been home for a while and she no job. After NYC and it's been crazy. 6 months became 1 year. 1 year became 2. One day the father said, "Look, from today on, you will leave this house. I don't want to see you. You come back in the evening." I was like, "Where will I go now?" He said, "I've told you. How can you just stay indoors all through? Stay indoors all through. How can you do that? Are we safe, guys? Okay. How can you just stay indoors all through without going on?" She was like, "I'm applying. I've gone to this. He said, "No, I don't want to see you. Just leave." And then she left. Every morning, he just told her, "Dress up and leave my house." So she would dress up and leave. And then as she was, now have nothing to do, she would go and sit down somewhere. My father said I should leave. That's how she met some people talking about distributorship for something. And she shook mouth. I said, "Really? Okay. Can you be our distributors?" And she said, "Yes, I can." She never tried before. And they said, "Okay. As I'm talking to you, she is a multi-millionaire." So why I'm saying this is, you've got to open your heart to opportunities. Do not just stay one place, close yourself, dreamless. Come on, don't do that. So most times people, because of finance, you just settle down. One guy just they sponsor you, or one babe just they sponsor you, and then she abuse your life. Tell you to do all manner of things that you, as a man, you are not proud of, or as a woman, you are not proud of, just because of money. Open your heart. You are not a daft. You see why we talk about influence? We talk about discovering yourself. I just found one thing. I just found out that this thing called discovering yourself is a serious thing. As in, it will really reduce most of the abuses, most of the insults, because really, if you know who you are, you will become more productive. And when you become more productive, you become influential, even in your relationship. You will not have an abusive relationship, honestly. But that being said, so abusive relationship, number 2, what is it again? Blackmailing. Emotional blackmail. That's a relationship you must break up from. Number 3, what's number 3? Somebody who doesn't take correction. Somebody who, is giving me a spoon. Somebody who doesn't take correction is not teachable. Guys, run. You know why I say run? I'll tell you tomorrow. Time don't go. Then finally, somebody who doesn't honor God. Please, and please, that is a serious red flag. If you're in a relationship already, break that relationship right now. If you're finding it difficult to do that, send us a DM. We'll help you, and God bless you. So, do not forget, like I said, our photo contest is running up first week of September. Do not forget, guys. We've already done an eviction. The video will be coming out this night or probably tomorrow morning, but the video will be out. We just want to package it well for you guys. After that, the last contenders, we have to run the final phase, and then if we don't contact you, it means you didn't scale. Okay, if I just watch the video, you will know if you're evicted or not. And I'm wondering why people will just submit. Nigerians, why? You could do better, right? You could do better. Put in effort. How can you submit your pictures for photo contest and then you just go and sleep for leke to help you vote with voters. Come on now, it's appalling. And then so beautiful pictures, beautiful pictures, handsome guys and beautiful ladies in the pictures, but yet they were evicted. It's really, really, it was appalling. I was not happy, but well, it is what it is, and the eviction show has to continue. So maybe next opportunity, take it serious. And I think a lot of people are still waiting to see, is this thing? Don't worry, until somebody will run away with money. And some of you are putting your eyes on just the 1 million. There's also a 200K. There's also a 100K. And then there's other giveaways. Come on. With just little effort, you could be the one winning, right? So, but that being said, yeah, so on YouTube, make sure you follow. Okay, follow on YouTube. We are trying to make sure our YouTube page is growing more. We have our Facebook, Instagram is doing great, but we want to put more emphasis on our YouTube. So make sure you share on YouTube, share to your friends, and this is it. If you share to 10 persons and they follow, get us their names, there's a reward for you. If you share to 100 people and they follow, there's a reward for you. I mean, there's a payment per it's so 10, 100, 1,000 like that. Okay, there's a reward for you. I'll be mentioning the reward shortly, but not on today's live. So that being said, guys, let's call it a wrap. Have I mentioned Love Lounge? Okay, yes, Love Lounge, amazing. In fact, I'm not supposed to, I didn't want to even mention because the crowd then it go choke. So, but we just let you know. Maybe we'll stream it. I don't know. Probably we'll stream it. Talk to my team to see if it's okay. We stream it so that you guys can catch the vibe along with us. It's going to be amazing. But above all, the discussion itself. Oh, I didn't check our guys on Instagram. Sorry, guys, I didn't open. But if you're following us, keep doing that. God bless you. I believe you're learning one or two. This show is just to help re-engineer your minds to understand better, because we believe when you know better, you will do better. And how you do anything is how you do everything. Thank you. I remain the General, aka Serial Entrepreneur. See you another day. Bye.